Alison Rutherford, the Edinburgh socialite and songwriter whose parties famously brought together many of the greatest minds of the Scottish Enlightenment. Alison Coburn, you're known in Edinburgh as a poet, a songwriter, and a hostess to the rich and famous. I do hope you will forgive me for suggesting as much, but these are hardly traditional occupations for a woman, far less a woman as elderly, as distinguished as yourself.
Well, thank you, young man. I shall accept your comments as complimentary. I have indeed lived a very full and satisfying life, and I've no intention of stopping until the day I drop down dead. And that day, God willing, won't dawn for many years yet. Personally and professionally, I have made my way through the world thus, and I will make apology to no one. You may say that at 72, I should know better. But then people were telling me I should know better at 22. So, having survived this long, I would say that I am in a far better position to be the judge of my way of life than anyone else.
As a poet and songwriter, many people might find it difficult to quote your work, and it was Sir Walter Scott himself who suggested that perhaps your personality might leave a greater mark in history than your writing.
Oh, young man, you surely tease me. Sir Walter, my dear friend and relative, is on record as having described my most revered work, my version of The Flowers of the Forest, as being a fine set of verses. Of course, whether one likes or dislikes a work is entirely one's own personal preference. But if the public did not admire my talents, then my work would be ignored. And it is due to the success of my work that I have been able to survive in the world. I have supported a home, myself and 2 children for over 20 years, since the tragic death of my beloved husband. The financial and artistic facts, young man, speak for themselves.
You revel in the title Queen of Edinburgh Society, and a procession of Europe's most bohemian characters beat a path to your door. Might I delicately inquire what activities take place behind that door?
My house has been called many things, but never what you might be implying. My home is a literary salon, a gathering place for Europe's finest minds, philosophers, scholars, artists, academics, such as Adam Smith, David Hume, Sir Walter Scott and Robert Burns. These men flock to my door in search of debate and intellectual enlightenment. And although those are social occasions, my gatherings are characterised by absence of formality, simple hospitality, and the attraction of the rich mental stimulation that is on offer. Sir Walter Scott has stated that in Edinburgh society, I maintain the rank held by French women of talent in Paris. And of that, I am unapologetically proud.
You show a blatant disregard for social convention by choosing to wear your hair uncovered and by refusing to wear black in honour of your deceased husband.
I mistook you for a gentleman, sir. My husband's death left me devastated. It broke my heart. The love I shared with my dearest Patrick, it was too sacred to be paraded with some traditional display of domestic woe. I mourned Patrick, and I still do. But I feel no need to shroud myself in black, to parade before the world my hurt and loss. The opinions of gossips and scandalmongers mean nothing to me. As for my lack of headgear, call a magistrate if it so offends you. But I do not think this matter can be enforced by law. The good Lord has blessed me with this beautiful head of hair, and to hide it away, to conceal our Maker's creative talents, would be an insult to him and a crime far greater than that which I am accused of.
Your father-in-law, a God-fearing Presbyterian who provided you with a home when you had none, would surely have disapproved of the questionable life you have led since his death.
Ha ha! Let he who is without sin, young man, cast the first stone. No man, least of all my dear father-in-law, has the monopoly on what is right or wrong. God, and neither you nor society shall be my judge. I read nowhere in the Bible that dancing, playing cards and attending the theatre is worthy of eternal damnation. You question my lifestyle. I say it is enriching, enlightening, as do the learned people with whom I associate. Like my father-in-law, I too was raised a Presbyterian, and I respect all religious beliefs. As a Christian Universalist, I do not believe in the existence of the hell which you and others would condemn me to. But I do believe, if you live a good life, and you treat others as you would have them treat you, then you will be fortunate enough to get to heaven, where perhaps we may meet again someday and continue our discussion.
Some might say that your legacy is to have besmirched the respectable reputation of Scottish women. You have claimed to have had several matrimonial as well as dancing lovers.
Answer me this. Had a man made such a remark, would he be condemned? I think not. He would be congratulated. And therein lies the greater sin, inequality. It is my view that in society a woman's place is to be equal, and my male acquaintances have accorded me that equality out of respect for my personal and professional achievements. I believe I may be an inspiration to women, having forged for myself a successful career in the predominantly male world of songwriting and poetry. With the greatest minds of our time as my allies, I have encouraged much intellectual debate and discussion, resulting in progress, learning, and enlightenment for all. Young man, in my long life, I have been blessed with many friends, and I believe I do not have an enemy in the world, for which I bless God. My heart is grateful to my God and to my friends.